These are my 3 essential accent patterns around the drum kit. Not sticking patterns, accent patterns. Allow me to explain. Don't go. 2, 3, 4. There it is, there's the video. There they were, all 3 in one go. I'm definitely not going to explain it any more than that. When I talk about accent patterns, what I'm really talking about is dynamics, and more importantly, dynamic contrast. If I had a bingo board, that is one that would be on there because I talk about it all the time. But what is it? Dynamics are simply volume, so loud and quiet. And dynamic contrast is obviously the contrast between the two, having loud and quiet in a very short space of time. In a broader sense, if we zoom out, you can think about songs in general. In verses, perhaps we play quieter. In choruses, we play louder. To me, dynamic contrast is what really makes the difference between someone who's a new drummer and someone who sounds like they know what they're doing, because it allows you to get so much more definition and so much precision out of the kit. Let's take this fill. Everything all loud, sounds a bit flat, sounds a bit dull. But now if we add some dynamic contrast, it just sounds so much more interesting. And there are 3 patterns I'd recommend to everyone to start developing themselves. So as I mentioned at the beginning, these are 3 what I class as essential accent patterns to get you comfortable with placing accents in both the right hand and the left while continuing a row of quiet 16th notes, because you get stuff like this. Try another one. What about another one? Tasty. I know it sounds a bit dry. Stick with me. Get it, get it. All of these patterns are going to be played right, left. It's not a sticking pattern. A sticking pattern is where you jumble up the order of right and left. Think about paradiddles. That's a sticking pattern. What you're learning here is how to place accents within single strokes. All right, left, right, left. Anyway, this pattern, we're going to be playing 4 groups of 4 16th notes, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And I'd first of all practice getting everything at a moderately quiet level, and you can achieve that by staying relatively close to the drum. Don't come up too high to play these notes. Once that feels reasonably good, let's take it back to something more simple, just 4 notes, because what we're doing is basically the same thing repeated 4 times. These moderately quiet notes we're playing here, we're going to call those taps. It's kind of what they are. And then we're going to have our accents, which is a note where we come up and really hit the drum. So start in what we call neutral position, which is about a couple fingers height above the drum, making a little pizza slice towards the middle. Now, as you come up with the right hand for that accent, I want you to stay completely down here with the left. So 1, freeze after you've done that, and make sure that your stick, once it's hit the drum, stops at that neutral position again. And then you can do your taps. So left, right, left. Start again, really do it nice and separate. So accent, tap, tap, tap. It doesn't matter if this isn't in time yet, it's more about getting your hands to do what you want them to do, because your left hand will have a tendency to come up gradually as the right does as well. It will want to copy it. But again, once it gets a little bit more comfortable, you can start to play it more in time. Another thing to bear in mind is making sure that that second right on the and, 1 E and a, isn't vaguely accented either. We want to make sure that all these 3 taps are the same volume. And a, 2 E and a. Something that may help you here also is using a foot along with that accent. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and The next step to this, as simple as this might seem, is placing this accent across the toms. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, E and a, 4 E and a. Doesn't matter what order you go in, you can hit cymbals as well. But the key to this exercise is two things. First of all, a bit of target practice, so you've got to make sure you aim for the middle, but also, again, remembering that second right hand that comes back to the snare drum. It will really, really want to accent, and you want to make sure that you don't. People will go like this, and we don't want that. So accent the tom, 3 taps. Tap, tap, tap. And you want those taps to be as level as possible. And once this feels okay, feels pretty good, you want to actually not focus on speed as much as precision of timing and the accuracy of your dynamics. Speed will come with time, trust. But once this is down, you can start to use it in your fills. And with a bit more context, you'll get this. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can start to experiment after that point, but I do suggest keeping it simple at first. It's really important that you get this specific pattern down first because it teaches you what we want to be paying attention to. So get this down before you try and tackle the other ones. Also, if you'd like some more complicated ones, then feel free to check out the free ebook that is available down in the description. Ooh, by the way, you look like someone who's enjoying this video and potentially isn't subscribed. What are you doing? Quit playing it. This room is so hot. I'm in here suffering for you. So if you would like to subscribe and support the channel by liking and sharing and commenting on this video, that would be very appreciated. Anyway, let's get back to it, shall we? All right, accent pattern number dos. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So that's more of a mid-tempo thing, but a slightly sexier example would be this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry to burst your bubble, we will be going a lot slower than that. We're back to our 4 groups of 4 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Still maintaining neutral position and still in our little pizza slice. And what's happening through the bar here is we're actually going to be playing accents on both the right and the left alternately. We get right, left, right, left, right. So this is where we can start to train the left to do exactly what the right has been doing so far. If you want to get a feel for it, you can imagine this in groups of 3 initially. So you can play this as triplets if you like. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So we're going accent, tap, tap, accent, tap, tap, right, left, right, left, right, left. But that's just to get a feel for it. Remember, keep the sticks low that are taps. It's really tempting when we're going for these that the hands just start to gradually raise and we lose that dynamic contrast. So take this mega slow, mega slow. Think about every single hit. Again, initially it doesn't have to be in time. Tap, tap, accent, tap, tap. Stuff like that. It will help with this pattern to see this visually as well. So what we get if we count 16th notes through it is 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. You'll know you got it right if you end on beat 4 with an accent on that right. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So we're going to maintain counting out loud and also making sure the levels are correct as well on top of everything else. And if you want to take it a step further, you can put the left foot on the pulse. Ooh. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So the left foot will sync up with beat 1, accent on the right, and beat 4, again the accent on the right. Same thing as with the previous pattern. Now you can place those accents around the kit. The right hand accent will lean itself more towards your kind of right hand side, and I suggest your left hand accents stay up on the high tom, so you get something like this. Remember, make sure everything on the snare drum stays nice and tappy. Something like that. Or it just sounds cool on the snare drum too. Don't underestimate the power of dynamic contrast. Do we have a counter for how many times I've said dynamic contrast? Let's say it again. Dynamic contrast. Also, I'm going to just interject here and say you can also, if you're slightly more advanced, if you want a bit more of a challenge, you can play crashes with these accents and place a bass drum with them. So. Or you could keep the pulse going, so you could do. Or. Food for thought. I'll leave it to you. If you're going to do something like that, keep counting as you do it. It's so easy to lose it, especially when we're moving quite far across the kit. So metronome is your friend. 1. Now, you may have noticed during this video that I am in fact wearing a drum-related t-shirt. This t-shirt has been gifted to me by Teenage Cancer Trust, who have just recently released a new collection of t-shirts, prints and posters, all designed by Anthony Burhill in collaboration with a bunch of really cool drummers. There are 5 designs that you can choose from. Each one has a different favourite pattern of each drummer on it. It is also signed by the drummer themselves and also the artists. All the proceeds go to Teenage Cancer Trust and will continue to support them in being able to support young people with cancer. And not only are these designs very cool and drum related, big win, but they will also make you a better drummer. And you're going to have to buy one to find out if that's true. So if you would like to become a better drummer for 0 effort, then follow the link down below. Anyway, back to drumming. Okay, sticking pattern number 3. This is a good one. 1, 2. I missed. What's really cool about this accent pattern is that we'll get 2 accents next to one another. Before we dive straight into the pattern, I'm going to give you an exercise first. So we're going to do a group of 4 16th notes. The 1 and the are accented. So we end up going right, left, right, left, right, left, right. I highly suggest you put either a left or right foot with the number on your right hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to maintain dynamics between hands. So those taps are taps. What you'll get once the speed starts to get up there, once the technique starts to feel a bit more comfortable, is a really cool kind of rolling motion to it. And this sounds a bit more exciting than the first pattern I showed you. It's kind of the bigger brother. That's the first one. First one. Just sounds a bit more technical because you've got those 2 accents going over the beat. Just sounds a bit more sonically interesting. So as I say, get a feel for that first, and then we will stick it in this accent pattern, which goes thusly. 1, 2, and E and 4. 1, 2, and E and 4. Now the sticking, right, left, right, right, left, right, right. Once again, counting is your friend, even though it might not feel like it is because it's quite hard to do. And with that, if you keep remembering the dynamic contrast, it literally is everything. You can apply it exactly the same way as I've told you with the other accent patterns. So moving the accents around the kit, moving them onto the crashes, whatever you like. You can keep it on the snare. That still sounds cool too. 4. Very nice. Now, as you can probably see, I'm on a pretty swanky drum kit right now. This is the F-Note Pro, which has been kindly lent to me for a short amount of time for me to test out. It's really cool, and you can probably hear that it sounds really cool. And if you're interested in the F-Note range in general, which the whole thing is really great, then feel free to follow the link down in the description for more information all about these lovely drum kits. If you're finding these patterns particularly difficult, then I have one simple solution for you. It's this t-shirt. Like I said before, it will make you a better drummer. I promise. And I just want to say a massive thank you to Teenage Cancer Trust for allowing me to help them promote their new collection of designs. I would highly suggest you help these guys out because they're doing an amazing thing. As someone who has felt the effects of cancer in my own family, I have nothing but respect and love for what they are doing. So please consider supporting them in what they're doing. Thank you so much. Biggest of love. And also, if you want more cool patterns like this, ebook, down there. Link for the t-shirts, down there. Link for the F-Note stuff, down there. So you know what to do. Have a great day. Mwah.